Hi and welcome to the channel. Today, I just wanted to give you an overview, quite a one-two punch for Lao Tzu's transmission, and he goes over many things. I think the most important thing that I like to let people understand when Lao Tzu is present and transmitting is the amplitude of the energy, which you'll find very apparent the second you are exposed to his transmission. Furthermore, he goes deeper into the first week of the month of March and gives us an understanding of which day has the most relevance. And it happens to be the 7th for the end of the first week and has quite a significance in relation to how you can now regulate your emotional state. Because it's a huge overload of the mental energy, which with Lao Tzu, he's very clear. He does not speak on the myopic things. He's becoming more in the more finer points when requested, and so that's why he goes into these details. But it's very, very clear. He fundamentally talks about all things in the form and expression of the universe. So take that as a way to decipher your very week and let it give you the tuning fork and the guidance that will help you maximize your experience. So without any further ado, enjoy the video. We will now embark on messaging from Lao Tzu for the first week of the month of March. Welcome, my children. This is a very, very volatile week, as you have become myopic in your requests. So with that, I will work on the nature of the humanness, the understanding that you need more refinement in your messaging. As we are so broad, as we are the Tao, as you look deeper within the nature of your reality, we will give it to you in a step-by-step basis. Understanding a new month is a new moon, and between the birth of the moon and the conception, we will have the full moon. Understand that that full moon will materialize a frequency that will generate high levels of metal that will be representative in the expression of all who interact with it. So this first week will have very deep traits of almost a disconnection from humanity, an understanding that there will be less, if not zero, empathy for the human being. So be very clear, looking into this deep nature and frequency, that you must also realize that this will affect the very relationships that you have. As this magnitude continues to amplify, the earth, and of course ultimately the sun, will have a rippling effect. At a certain point of the 7th day of this month, you will be very aware of how clear it is. Do not be dissuaded by your peers, your family, people around you, as it will be quite earth-shattering, quite shocking, the detachment that the human will have from the very face of this earth. And it will come in the form of emotionless, of empty, of sorrow, ultimately the expression of grief, and it will ripple through into every aspect of your reality. For that day, that magnitude, the synchronization of these planets and how they are communicating between each other is the expression of that human state. Understand this human state is a very fine filter as to how you are able to procure, decipher, realize the power of your true self. And it comes in this form. Do not walk away from the obvious. Do not distract yourself, dismantle, break, sever any form of any relationship, may it be something close to you or far away, for that nature will ride the tide of the very currents that are being presented and pulsating through the landscape of nature right here, right now. And it comes in all forms as we are moving from one solstice to another. You must understand that this is nothing more than a reflection. The most appropriate antidote to this very expression is to bear the beautiful rays of the sun. You may put yourself in a situation where that is not possible. Take a moment, my child. Walk this bare earth. Absorb the gorgeous expression of all things through that radiant yang energy that the sun offers to you on a daily basis. Be very, very clear on this specific day, on the 7th. Always take the time. May it be a minute, may it be 5 minutes, may it be 5 hours. Absorb this radiant frequency and let it permeate through your very physicality to the subatomic level, and it will be the antidote to this very effect. And so with that rippling effect, the effect of the actual landscape of the earth will be fundamentally different. On that specific day, you will realize that all things will go silent. Very little will take place. Very little will come in the form of conflict or resistance or just pure confrontation. This will be a moment of silence. And with that, you will be able to pause yourself and be given this incredible source energy. Yang is the very nature of yin. Understand this. The name that can be named is not the name. We speak on this from the very scripture as I transcribed that thousands of years ago as an expression of the universe, very clear to my ears. In its merging within my physical body, I was overwhelmed with the compelling nature to transcribe these ancient texts and use them today in your exploration of who you really are. Let that be very clear. Let that echo in your mind. Let that echo in the consciousness that you call all things as you realize the universe is universal. Knowing this, walking with this, breathing with this, you will also notice the required yin energy will be amplified, bringing you to an earlier rise and an earlier retire. That means that you will go to bed 2 and 3 hours earlier than you normally would to adjust for this amplitude, this change in frequency. Now, this will be very fundamental. So all of the expressions having such a high metal frequency that you will adjust accordingly within your physical body. That means that if you are in lack of that very element within your ecosystem, and it will be expressed through your energetics, your ability to transmute that. And of course, you can acquire all that you need from listening to these very words, my child. All is one. One is all. All is one. One is all. All is one. One is all. Take this, express this, and with that will come a turning point for your own journey on this very day. It will regulate and equalize. If you come to this day with an amplitude of anxiety, if you come to this day with an amplitude of fear, if you come to this day with an amplitude of sorrow, all will be dissolved, my child. This is your pinning, your pinnacle moment for realization. Remember the 7th of this month, my child. It is the turning point for the earth, the turning point for humanity, and the turning point for your true embodiment. Let this be all that it is. The pure healing that you receive right here, right now, will only be maximized, amplified 36 times its normal frequency, 36 times its normal expression, 36 times the cycling of the universe as it pulsates, as you know the oneness, the Tao, the mother of all things. Until next time, my child. Until next time, my friends.